Guys, welcome once again to this episode of my video, and I want to specially welcome you for clicking to watch this video. Now, to today's video, I can assure you that you are going to learn some of the things that will inspire you, especially if you are a Christian. You learn some of the things from I'll be sharing with some men of God. All right, there are some men of God clips I'm going to play for you to understand some of the pains that pastors go through. You see, before I just move on, because we have a lot to discuss in today's video, all right, and I would like to specifically ask you, if you have not watched my previous video of which I talk about the cry of a man of God, please go ahead and watch that video. I believe you are going to be so inspired by the content that is in that video, all right, because there are some of you that doesn't really understand the cry and how you are wasting those cries that your men of God spend time in praying and in crying for you. So if you have not watched that video, please, as you leave this one, or you can go now watch that one, I'll wait for you, all right, before you come in to watch this one, okay, because there's something that's going to inspire you in today's video. Okay, so in today, I want to also encourage every one of you that are joining my channel newly. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And please, everybody should like this video. All right, as you like this video, all right, YouTube will be able to recommend this video more to people to also watch. So please don't leave without making sure that you also like this video and comment something. All right, so in today's video, I said we are going to be looking at the pains that men of God go through. There are several pains that men of God go through. Some of you will see your man of God, you think they are looking so alright because they have money, or because they dress so nicely and come to see it and come to church every time. You think they are behaving and are living so good. Now, I'll first of all like to talk about what we call the law of process. There are several men of God. Yes, we all know that there are several men of God out there that are not truly men of God. Why? Because they broke the processes of being a man of God to be where they are. We know that, but we are not going to talk about them. But I would still like to state out what we call the law of process. Now, the law of process actually states that if you must achieve something, you must have to go through the necessary processes to go and achieve that thing. All right. Now, if you look at the first Adam, which is the one that God created, all right, in the beginning, the Adam failed. Why? Because the Adam did not pass through the processes of growth to become a man. He came as a full-grown man. That is why he failed. Now, I'm talking about the pains men of God go through. There are some men of God out there. You might be a man of God out there. You are listening to me right now. You have not gone through these processes. You have not gone through this pain. All right. You are not living in this pain. But I want to talk about the pain that men of God go through. The pains that they go through, and how you as a Christian can equally help them. So I would like you to, first of all, there's a clip I want to play by Apostle Joshua Selman. Please, I would like you to pay attention to the details that he is going to be saying in that clip. Just listen to this few seconds clip by Apostle Joshua Selman, and then I will come to discuss with you what I mean by the pains of that men of God go through. Please watch this clip.
There are times you will need help in your life. Even though you are great, do not be afraid to be open for help. Financial help. Don't say I'm divine, my supply comes from heaven. Yes, sir. There are times you just have to be honest. Please help me. I'm in a phase in my spiritual walk. I am still in the school of the spirit, and I am not ashamed. There are many people who are sick. They secretly go and swallow drugs and come out and say, for 5 years I've not taken any drug, because they are conscious of being a lion. Doctors are not a cost to the faith life. They are a system of God's mercy. If you are sick, release your faith. You release your faith and it looks like things are not happening the way you want. Please don't wait until your health deteriorates and you die. There is and I can tell you where that mistake came from. It came from us men of God. In a bid to show the excellency of the power of God, we feel ashamed of our humanity to our peril. If only you opened up your heart and let people know you needed help. you will be surprised how many people will be willing to help you. But when you let people know that you are God, you have so close a relationship with him, they will leave you there and you get punished for not being trained using this third phase. You can be tired. There are times you will need help. Yes, you are a man of faith. How are you feeling today? Great and excellent. Why are you crying? Oh, don't worry, this is the day the Lord has made. It's all right, you are speaking faith. But when you are with someone who can help you, what is happening? Look, I had a quarrel with my wife this morning. Can we stand in faith and agree? Ah, man of God, you wrote 5 books on marriage and this is what is happening. No. Listen, I'm not saying this to be sarcastic. You have to be very careful. Otherwise, men will push you to a point where your life will become a disaster.
Okay, my people, this is just to tell you, this is just an expose by being explained by Apostle Joshua Selman about what some men of God are actually hiding in the back and not telling you. These are what some of the men of God are actually doing, but are not letting you know. So I want to start by, first of all, telling each and every one of us here, even if you are a minister of the gospel, you might not be a pastor, you are a minister of the gospel, or you are a child of God, you are a Christian, all right? Just like what Apostle Joshua Selman just said, all right? Don't always hide these problems. You might need help, but because you want to prove your faith, you end up deteriorating in the sickness and you die. Now, this is just what I wanted to tell you, every Christian. If you have problem, learn to share it. But I wanted to share on the pain that every man of God go through, the pain that men of God really go through. And I'll start first of all by telling you that some men of God might not tell you, but some of them are going through terrible financial problem. I am letting you know this because this is one thing that affects a lot of men of God. They might not come and share it in church. Some of them will come on Sunday, they are looking so good, you adore them, they are looking so handsome, but deep down these men are worrying about the finances of the church. They are worrying how they can fix this or how they can fix that. But you are a member, because I told you in the beginning of this video that I'm going to share with you some of the pains men of God go through and how you can help them if you are truly a Christian, how you can equally also help them. First of all, in the aspect of finances, like I said, many pastors, they might not tell you. That's why I said watch my previous video and understand how you can really also do what succumb to the cries of your man of God. So like I was saying, I said financial aspect. So men of God now are facing a lot of financial problems. That's one problem they will hide from you. They will never come and tell you they have this. Why? Because they want to show you, they want to prove the faith to you. Secondly, many men of God are going through a lot of marital problems. A lot of them are going through marital problems. Some of them will come to church with their wives. You think some of these their wives are people that are giving them peace at home, not knowing that they are really in a big trouble. But when they come to you, they'll smile and show you. Some of them will even do marriage counseling for you, but you don't know what they are going through. I am here today to let you know that these men of God are facing a lot of pains. Men of God go through a lot of pains. I started by telling you in this video that there are some men of God that are even watching me right now. There are some of them that didn't go through the processes of becoming a man of God. Some of them with their shiny cars. You know, one of the disadvantages of this generation is that they like the shiny things. Some of them run to all these fancy churches, to all these churches that are building houses, that have built a lot of big churches. They run to all those churches. Why? Because they are looking so fine, not knowing that many of these men of God didn't go through the pains of becoming a man of God before they become a man of God. But I am telling you about the pains of a true man of God, about the pains that they will hide from you. These are some of the pains they will never tell you. Some of them in their financial status, their marital problem that they will never share with you, but they hide it and are trying to encourage you as a member. But you as a member, every time you come to church, you never see all those. You just come for yourself in church. When have you ever sat down to think about the problems that your man of God could go through and how you can really help them? You see, and another thing is about the aspect of health. There are many men of God like Bishop Duncan Archbishop Duncan Williams. He talked about in a particular of his message. I heard him say that he was going through a lot of challenges, that he was intending to commit suicide. He was intending to kill himself. This is a well-respected man of God. This is a man of God that have performed countless miracles. This is a man of God that have done several things. But how could he be thinking of committing suicide? Because these are some of the problems they are facing. Many of them are facing attacks. They will come to church and pray and cast out devils, but you don't know some of the attacks they are facing. So I told you that these are some of the things, these are some of the pains man of God will never tell you. These are the pains they are facing, and they will never come up to any member to tell you. But I want to tell you, if you are a man of God or if you are a Christian, learn how to open up sometimes. Learn how to open up sometimes. Maybe the answer you really need from God might be from one of your member that you are refusing to tell this issue. Alright? But I also want to tell you, as a member, you don't expect your pastor to come and share some of these pains with you, because already it will weaken you and you will not want to believe in the man of God anymore. But your man of God wants you to believe in him. That's why he tries as much as possible and at all times to prove the word of God to you, so that you can equally learn. So I'm here to tell you in this video that your men of God are facing some of these challenges and you can equally help them. And the first thing you need to do is in the place of prayer. Have you ever thought of praying for your man of God? There are many of you that go about your job. Sometimes you call your pastor and tell your pastor about your problems, and he will pray for you. When have you ever spent time to pray for your man of God? This is the greatest of it you can ever do for your man of God, because those men of God may be facing a lot of difficult challenges. This is the greatest of it. This is the greatest of it you can do for your man of God. These men of God are feeling pains. Sometimes in their houses they might not tell you, but sometimes I have seen men of God. I've met men of God that as I'm talking to them, they're already shedding tears. Not like they don't enjoy doing the work of God, but because of the difficult challenges they are facing, many of them want to back off. But this is your man of God. Some of them might be in those big churches. Their churches is big. You think they have money, they are driving nice cars, but you don't know the attacks that are really facing. Many of the pastors are really facing attacks. So you need to encourage your man of God. Pray for your man of God. This is the first way you can ever help any man of God. This is the first thing you can ever do. As you bend down to pray early in the morning with your family, end up also pray for your pastor. This is very key. Also try and be praying for your pastors. As you pray in those prayer meetings, many of you go for all night, and all these choir rehearsals, you pray, you do all the kinds of prayer, but you never spend time in praying for the man of God that was able to bring all of you together in that canopy of church. So I'm telling you today that many men of God are really facing challenge, and they are really going through pains. But this pain is a process. It's a process to greatness. Every step of pain they face, they use it as a challenge to encourage themselves to a new level. You see? So men of God might not actually tell you this, but it can help your man of God. In the aspect of finances, learn how to sow seed in the life of your man of God. They might not come and tell you that they need this. Learn how to take food to your man of God. Many of you don't really take this as serious. Take food to your man of God. Learn how to buy water, buy drink for your man of God. They might not actually come out to tell you all this, but sometimes they really admire some of these things. I'm telling you these things today because I believe in the pains of every man of God. And any of the man of God that didn't go through the process of becoming who they are in God, if they are using one thing or the other to become who they are in the house of God, it won't be long. They will see the repercussion. Why? Because if you look at the first Adam that God created, what happened to the first Adam? He could not do the work God wanted him to do. Why? Because he came as a full-grown man. But the second Adam, which is Jesus Christ, came as what? He came as a baby and passed through the processes of becoming a man. That is why he was successful. So I'm here to tell you today that your men of God are going through pains. Learn to pray for them. Learn to sow seeds. Learn to visit them, and learn to also have a chat and gist with them. They also love some of these things. So I want to thank you for watching today's video. I believe that you have been blessed. Like I said in the beginning of this video, please go ahead and like this video. Please like this video so that YouTube can equally recommend this video. Let people know the pains men of God go through. Please like this video, and I'd like you to comment something. Comment something if this video has really blessed you. If you have learned something that has really blessed you, please, I would like you to comment. I'll be so grateful that you like and comment in this video. Thank you for staying with me up to this point, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.